Welcome to Dutchvanparts and this installation video of our new backbone rack. Today we will install the backbone rack on this Mercedes Sprinter and show you step by step how to do it. The first step of the installation is to locate the two hinge plates and the 4 M10 hex bolts and put them through each other like this. From the inside of the door, now fit the hinge plates with the bolts like this on the bottom and like this on the top. Carefully close the door, making sure the hinge plates don't get jammed between the hinge and the vehicle itself. And if you put some foam behind it, the bolts keep sticking out, which makes it easier to mount the product in the next steps. We will now test fit the product on the door, and if you're alone, it can be nice to have some protection on the inside of the center bracket in order not to scratch the door. You can now temporarily mount the backbone rack to the van using the regular steel nuts and an impact driver. This makes it easier to micro adjust the rack until it's level and you're satisfied with the position on the van. Once you're satisfied with the position of the backbone rack on your van, you can mark the holes on the door. Once you mark the door, you can now drill a hole of 10 or maybe 11 millimeters all the way through the door. You will find 3 layers of sheet metal and you will need to pierce them all. But it can be nice to pre-drill with a smaller drill for the first hole. I have now drilled holes of 10.5 millimeters all the way through all 3 layers of sheet metal, but the top hole on the outside I will now enlarge with this step drill to 16 millimeters to facilitate this bushing. The bushing will rest also against the second layer of sheet metal, providing a more sturdy base for the backbone rack. Once you've drilled all the holes, you can deburr the edges and apply rust protection to all the uncoated and unprotected metal. The 2 holes on the inside of the door will now also have to be enlarged to roughly 25 millimeters to be able to access the nut with your 17 millimeter spanner on the inside later. On the inside of the door there is also a cable to actuate the top latch. Make sure not to damage the cable or its sleeve by pushing it away to either side. Once all the holes have been drilled and prepared, you can use the rubber washers between the holes and the backbone rack, and then it's time for final installation. When the backbone rack is back in its position, you can use these countersunk M10 bolts and these beveled washers to mount it to the van. And on the inside, there are locking nuts and big washers for securing them. As a finishing touch, when all the bolts are tightened, you can install the cover caps on these 4 bolts in the hinges and the 2 cover caps on the inside of the door. And lastly, make sure to clean all the metal shavings because they will start rusting and that's really nasty. And it's always good to check the bolts after the first ride and every so often to make sure everything is still secure to your van. Welcome to the instruction video of the backbone tire carrier. The tire carrier consists of 3 main parts: an aluminium housing, a wheel mounting flange made from stainless steel, and this bracket that I will show later, also made from stainless steel. The aluminium main plate and the stainless steel mounting flange slide together and are separated by a plastic bushing. I can slide it in like this, or I can twist 180 degrees and slide it in like this. This way I can adjust the height of the spare wheel by about 5 centimeters. To connect the mounting flange to the main housing, I need this bracket. The bracket slides in this way or in this way. You can just slide it in from the top, find the holes on the other side, and that's how it goes. I will now insert it in the complete assembly with the mounting flange. First, put in the mounting flange, check if the hole has clear access, and orient it in the same way of the mounting flange. So in this case, it's in that direction. So this one also goes with the bolt or with the hole in that direction. Slide it in. Find the holes. And voila, no tools required. Now you can adjust the distance from the mounting flange to the backbone rack with the central bolt. Changing the orientation of the mounting flange can be done before mounting the tire carrier to the rack or afterwards at any given moment. When mounting the tire carrier to the rack, you can choose having the tire on the top or having the tire on the bottom. The procedure of mounting the tire carrier to the rack itself remains the same in both instances. The tire carrier can slide left to right, and it mounts with 2 bolts on the front, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, or the other way around, and 1 here. I can now of course still change the orientation of the mounting flange if I want to, depending on my tire size or desired location of the tire on the rack. Our sliding assembly here allows to fit any tire size and rim size without the need for spacers. It's easiest to extend the slider before mounting the tire. This is done by turning the center screw counterclockwise. Now I can place my tire with the hub over this plastic cover, which is slightly conical, so it will move the wheel in the exact position of the mounting holes. I can now mount the wheel using the wheel bolts and make sure to use the correct bolts. The bolts for an alloy wheel or a lightweight aluminium wheel are different than the bolts for a steel wheel. Lastly, I tighten the center bolt with my impact driver to fit the whole tire snugly against the frame to have it rattle-free while driving. Thank you for watching this instruction video, and if you have any questions, make sure to put them down below and make sure also to follow the channel for more videos.